Hey guys, it's Sabrina from Team Taralynn. I'm just here to introduce myself and tell you guys a little bit about me, but mostly just so that you know that I'm not a robot just sending out all of these weird blog posts all over the internet. I'm a freshman in college this year, and I am from a very small, sweet, quaint, almost even little town in southwest Iowa. I work 3 jobs, which takes up a lot of time when you combine that with the fact that I'm a freshman in college, which is a lot. So I work at a retail location, and then I'm also a receptionist at a mortgage company and at a salon. So that's kind of just what takes up most of my time and my attention currently. So moving on to what brought me to Team Taralynn and on the weight/fitness side of things. So growing up, I stayed very active. I was a competitive gymnast, and I even won state championships a couple times. So I was good, and I loved gymnastics, and I dedicated my entire life to it. When I started, I was like, you know what, I love this, and this is going to be all that I'm ever going to do for my entire life. I'm going to go to the Olympics, and I'm going to be famous, and everybody's going to love me, and I'm going to wear leotards everywhere I go, and the world's going to be sunshine and rainbows. But that didn't happen, because the summer before my freshman year, actually I think it was even a little bit earlier than that. That's just what I mark it with in my mind. So anyway, before my freshman year of high school, my parents ended up taking me out of the gymnastics world. My attitude and my relationship with them really took a hit from the stress of 4-hour practices and then meets every weekend, and just the overall competitive nature. Combining all the stress that I was going through with gymnastics with the all the weird stuff you go through in middle school, who am I, why don't people like me this way, oh well, she's so cool, just random stupid middle school stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm in the high school world, coming from the gymnastics world, and all of a sudden I realized that I need to start making some friends, because I didn't, I had friends, but I was just oh whatever, we'll hang out in class, that kind of friend. So I pretty much joined everything that I was interested in. I joined large group speech, individual speech, SPCLA, choir, show choir. I'm sure that I'm forgetting something. And then on the physical, I want to stay active, even though I'm quitting gymnastics now. I joined cheerleading and I joined tennis. I did tumbling for a little bit, but I hated not being on a spring floor. It was really hard on my wrists and my ankles to adjust. So that didn't last very long. So I did all of these activities. At first I thought it was just well, this is what everybody does in high school, right, And then I looked around and I was kind of no, I'm in these things so that when people see me, I'm not just Sabrina, I'm Sabrina, the FCCLA state officer, or I'm Sabrina, the, awesome cheerleading base, I don't know, whatever, you know what I mean? So, I just wanted to have something that people could identify me with, because I no longer could carry around well, I'm a state champion in gymnastics, and I always had that, and now that if I ever brought that up, it was oh well, you're a wash up, that was your one time or your 2 times or whatever, you know what I mean? So I was just trying to put on all of these different identities and play all of these different roles, and just in hopes of finding something that made me as happy as being in gymnastics did. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I hated those activities and that I hate that I did them, because I loved them. I loved speech, I loved FCCLA, I loved theater, I loved my coaches, I loved my director, I loved the people that it brought me to, I loved the leadership and the discipline and everything that everything that those things gave to me, I never would have gotten them anywhere else. And I'm so thankful for the people who pulled me into those and kept me there, because they really did shape who I am. But after leading that busy lifestyle where you're eating fast food, or you're just skipping meals, and that combined with losing 4 hours of intense gymnastics practice every night, I gained 50 pounds over the span of 4 years. So when I graduated high school, even though I had done all those amazing things and I'd had all those great experiences, and I was graduating with friends who I really cherished and loved and admired, I still felt something was missing, because after those 4 years of trying to make myself forget about gymnastics and putting on all of these labels and all of these identities and all of these costumes and these roles, I just sat there, and at the end of the day, I knew how much I wanted to like get back into the gymnastics world. So when I found not Team Taralynn, she was just Taralynn. When I found Taralynn's blog, The Undressed Skeleton, it was November 28th, 2012. I was sitting at my receptionist job, and I was eating those like candy orange slices. You guys know what I'm talking about? I don't know if anybody else eats those, but I loved them. And then I was eating a bag of jelly beans at the same time. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, candy, good, whatever. And then I stumbled upon her page through Stumble Upon. And I just remember like looking at her pictures and thinking like, hey, that's like, she's a lot like me. Like, I can actually do this, you know what I mean? Like, because I had seen the before and afters where the girl's like 325 pounds and then she drops down to like 180, and you're like, well, yeah, you have like half your body weight to lose. Like, it's so much easier to do it. And I don't mean to say that like they didn't work really hard for that, because I know that that takes a lot of work, but I'm just saying it comes off faster. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay. And then, but I had also seen like the before and afters where they just needed to lose like 20 pounds, and they're like, oh, look at my sexy abs now. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to get like what I currently have covering my abs off first. You know what I mean? So when I saw her blog and I saw her, particularly the like homecoming dress pictures, I was like, oh my god, like we are not that much different, like size-wise. And then when I actually like read her story, and she had been like active in gymnastics, and she had like been living in this cool place, Hawaii, and then I was living in a big city in Omaha doing all these active things, gymnastics, and then we both moved to a small little Iowa town. How weird is that? Anyway, so, and then we both all gained the weight. So anyway, I saw her blog, and just a million things immediately popped off the screen to me and resonated with me. So I took those orange slices, and I took those jelly beans and everything else out of my desk, and I threw them away. And I didn't even throw them away in the trash at my desk. I like went in the back and threw them away, because I was like, you know what, I might get hungry later and like dig for those. But, you know, so I got rid of everything, and I said like, I owe it to myself to like at least try this and like give it a real shot this time, and not just like, oh, I'm not going to eat lunch for a week because I just want to feel 5 pounds lighter. No, like, I want this weight to come off so that I can be back on that spring floor and back to like doing what I love. And back, like, for me, this weight, like, as much as it is a goal of like getting back to gymnastics by the end of this year, 2013, like, it really is just not even just, I don't know like the right word, like, it's just like this mindset, like there's this bar in my head, like this wall even, that's just blocking me and saying that I can't go back there. And I'm like, but that's bull hockey. Like, I'm going to crush that down. I'm going to bulldoze that. I'm going to conquer this battle, and then when the next one comes, I'm going to know that I can conquer that too. So Team Taralynn for me is about getting back the self-esteem that all those high school activities gave me, even if they were just like fleeting and false, but this is about keeping it for real this time. It's about getting gymnastics and getting back to like the passion of the things that I love. Like, being able to like do that again would be the most awesome thing ever. And then it's also just about like just proving that I can do this, telling myself that I am worth it, and just being able to like get through this and get done, and then being able to like inspire and help other people. So that's my story, and this video is a lot longer than I thought, and I've taken like 60 shots. So I really hope that Taralynn likes this one so that I can be done. But I'm really looking forward to these next 3 months. And I am so thankful to Taralynn and to the people that are going to be helping us on this journey, and to the other girls that are in this journey with me. And I am so excited to like get to the end of these 3 months and look back and see how far we've all come. So I hope that if you're watching this video, if you're watching the other girls' videos, if you're reading our blogs, I just really hope that something, even if it's just from one of our blogs and it's just one thing, resonates with you and inspires you to like get moving and just follow us on this journey and join us in this journey to getting healthy lifestyles back and getting back to the things that we love, and like just getting back the confidence and the self-esteem that all women and men, like, you deserve that. Like, I don't even know how to explain this. Like, I'm just so excited. But yeah, so I'm excited to hear from all of you. I'm excited to start blogging. I'm excited to start our fitness plans and our meal plans on Monday, because today it's Friday, now that I'm, like, recording this, so I'm like, 3 days, guys! So, yeah. So, happy blogging, happy web surfing, whatever you're doing right now. Come join us on this journey, because it's going to be great.